Welcome back, Miniacs. Oh, it is good to be here. I'm actually live on YouTube. I can't believe it. The last 3 or 4 episodes were on our Facebook channel. And so now we are on YouTube and we want to get subscribers and we want to have a lot of fun with a lot of people. So please invite your friends over the next 15 to 20 minutes. My name is Kim Sandstrom. You have logged on and I am broadcasting from sunny Central Florida. And actually it is sunny right now. It had been really, really foggy this morning, but the sun I got my cup of coffee, which I live dangerously having this by my miniature craft table. But I wanted to just say to you, I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day weekend, all of you, fathers, sons, brothers, friends of mothers, every thing that I want to share with the people that are following the Teeny Tiny Show. And by the way, we're not the Itty Bitty Show or the Teeny Weeny Show. We are going to be focusing on miniatures. Before I do that, back to Mother's Day. I have a son, Jonathan Brookins, and he sent me an amazing podcast that he created to me on Mother's Day. If you'd like to follow his podcast, it's called The Work. Jonathan Brookins, I'm proud to tell you that he had won the Ultimate Fighter a few years ago. So if any of you have anybody that is a mixed martial arts fan, they might enjoy hearing my son and his Mother's Day message, which was not just for me, but for mothers everywhere. And by the way, I think he's tuning in to our channel this morning. So, hey, Jonathan. My son Joseph is my co-producer. He was my Lego maniac when he was a kid. So he loved making little things. And when he saw that I was doing this, he said, Mom, you need a YouTube channel. So we did. Got new music today. If you like the music, please write and let me know that you enjoyed the music today, because I think I want to keep it. It's got kind of a nice vibe to it. So on today's show, we have a special guest. He's going to be calling in about 8 minutes. His name is Lewis A. Bush. I had a chance to pre-interview him yesterday. You might have seen his very hilarious quarantine Hobby Lobby YouTube. He is an emerging dollhouse designer. He's a student of architecture, and he just fell in love with dollhouses. So it is very exciting to be talking to Lewis today. As always, I have a giveaway, something to give you, and I'm going to be doing the giveaway this time by people that write in on the YouTube channel and say, I want to be in the giveaway. So I will be doing it live on Facebook, probably right after the broadcast today. But today we have this, a lot of people like to work in country or Victorian, or just really what we would call old-fashioned. I can see it. I hope you can see it. But it's a beautiful little vanity. It's a picture in a bowl, something that you would see back in the day. And this is very beautiful. And it's hand-painted, likely from the 70s or 80s. I came into possession of some vintage and antique miniatures. And I'm sharing this with somebody who's watched our show today. So write me. And if you want to be in the drawing, I do a little drawing out of this little tiny basket. I put little teeny tiny names in it, and I do it live. So it's kind of fun. And in fact, I've got a basket of other goodies that I'm going to be giving away over the next weeks. On today's show, I want to also share with you that we never do anything alone. And I have support, and I have some sponsors that I want to talk about. Allison Penny of Pretty Penny Properties. If you're looking for something beautiful in Central Florida, call Allison Penny of Pretty Penny Properties. Also, Anna Beakley-Cluxton. She's been working with me on my visage, which will lead us into our topic today, so that I feel a little bit more confident when I'm on screen and online with you. So that brings us to vision. Vision was our topic for today. And I know a lot of us that get involved with miniatures and working with dollhouses and the like, and even micro miniatures. We often don't start until we're older. We maybe didn't do this when we were younger, except one of the reasons I brought Lewis on today's show is because he represents that younger generation. And that's a lot of fun for all of us. But those of us that have reached at least 50 have noticed that our eyes change. In my early 50s, and I'm not there anymore, obviously, I began to have extreme and very fast vision changes. They were so difficult for me that I sought help. I sought help from the VA. I'm a VA veteran, and I was able to get an appointment, and they scheduled me for emergency cataract surgery. Nobody else in my family had ever had that happen. We know now it was probably from the steroids that I used for many years, but it was very fast and I couldn't see. So they did fix my eyes, but I needed to wear readers because I lost all of the up close vision that I had had all my life. So what happened over the next couple of years was I avoided doing anything. I avoided reading. I avoided doing anything that had required up close vision because I was so uncomfortable with the vision changes that had happened to me. But I want to assure you, when my granddaughter said, Grandma, I want to do a dollhouse, I said, let's eyes wide open. Let's go. Let's try it. And I did at that time begin to use readers because I wanted to continue to do what I wanted to do. So that was a blessing for me. Then I decided to make it even more challenging, as you know, and I went smaller and smaller. And here's for an example, my Matchbox mansion. Actually, this is a library in a Matchbox mansions. And I'm kind of proud of it because the globe actually works. To give you an idea of how small this is and how I challenge my vision, these are my readers right here. That's how small it is. And so the globe, when I say it works, it rotates. So it's a lot of fun. Then as you know, I do dollhouse sizes. Let's get this dangerous coffee cup out of here. I do cell box, what we call the cell phone box. And I don't think I've done an up close one of that yet, but you can see, that's the size of that guy. He's pretty little. When you want to measure it, the cell phone box size is, well, I can't even see it. It's approximately 3 inches high. So it's really not very big. Again, this is another, what I call a Matchbox size. So this is train scale size of some kind, who knows? But that is really small. And I actually put shelving underneath, and there's the piping underneath the sink. And there's actually a bottle of shampoo on the shelf as well. So I like to do that. It's a challenge. It's fun for me. And I also find that those sizes are fairly forgiving. So speaking of vision, I now wear my readers and I'll do whatever it takes to do what I want to do. And I think that's important. But I also have, whoops, I told you, there will not be an episode where I don't drop something or knock something over. That deserves the thumbs up, by the way. This is from a lovely friend. This is called, I can't read it without my readers. Hold on a second, because I want to spell it right for you. And this is called an Ottlite, Ottlite. This has got magnifying glass on it. It goes like that. It's got a great little light. And so I put this over my little table when I'm working on things, and I can see them a lot better. So the Oxylite has been a great tool for me. And then something that I never thought of. I got 2 minutes before Lewis calls in. Something that I never thought of, but has worked for me, and I cannot find it with my eyeballs. Oh, here it is. It's the jeweler's loop. And there's actually some videos on how to do a jeweler's loop and how to make it work for you. And this works great for me on my micro miniatures when I want to see how smooth they are, because I have goals on my micro miniatures. I want to make things smoother and easier to see for everyone. So with working with my vision, I want to improve the way things are being seen by other people, which is a good thing for all of us, is to work on our vision, which brings me to another thing about vision while we're waiting for Lewis to call in. And that is the way we repurpose, reuse. When we decide we want to do this and we perhaps don't have a budget, that is a problem easily solved because you can use pretty much everything, anything and everything that you have on hand. I've recently discovered the idea of putting miniatures in kind of hiding places in my house for my own pleasure and perhaps for grandchildren and just anybody, for heaven's sakes. I found the other day, it's been a while since I've been to a yard sale because of the quarantine, but I found these little bookends. And look at that, they're bookends. And each end, there's my my earphones and my earphones are in there. I thought, well, you know what? That would make a great little reading nook for somebody to look at and open. One of my grandkids coming over someday. So that's something that's probably going to happen. Found this old, jewelry box, probably from the 60s or 70s. I don't know. But easily that could be turned into a wardrobe for 1/12. Take that off. Or it could become its own little house. Become its own little fun thing. Dollar Tree. Found this the other day. I was looking for toothpicks. This is the size for a garbage can for a 1/12 dollhouse. This out of a perfume box. Blinds. I'm telling you, fun stuff. I've also got this. Oops, I'm waiting for a phone call here. Whoop, where's my phone? Hang on, everybody. I may have to call my husband because I think I left my phone in the kitchen. Would you mind while I just step away for just a moment? I can't believe it. And then I left the phone. No, I cannot. Oh my goodness. Where did this is too funny. I hid the phone under one of my room boxes. A black room box. Dog's coming in too. He wanted to see what all the excitement was about. Let's see if Lewis has called in yet. Okay, he has, and I might have to call him, and that'll be okay. So back to some of the fun things that you can find around the house. Again, the pizza box thingies, that they make great little tables, little modern tables. We are moving. In fact, when I broadcast next week, I won't be broadcasting from our house here. It'll be from another. We actually bought a tiny house, and that's where I'll be broadcasting from. So this was broken, was going to throw it away. I think I'm going to take it apart before I throw it away. And this little beauty, while we're waiting for our guest to call in, I'm looking for his number here. Okay. While we're waiting for our guest to call in, this is I forget what my husband called it. But if you can look inside there, I am going to be pulling that apart and showing you what's inside and maybe some of my ideas of things that can be used. I don't have time to take it apart right now, but that's a big thing. Some people say there are some components that you need to be a little careful about. So do the research in that. But for the most part, the plastic components that don't have any metal in them, I think are perfectly safe. Okay, everybody, I'm going to call our special guest right now. Let's see if we can get him on the line here. So what else do I have here to show you? Always the paint chips. Just ask them at the stores. Hi, Louis A. Bush. Can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I'm going to put you on. In fact, I don't want to show your phone number here to our audience. I think they can hear you too. So, Louis,
Okay.
I posted your videos on our Facebook page yesterday, and I'm going to call out that page again. It's Dollhouse Miniature, Matchbox Mansions, Mini Box Bungalows. And Louis has got some great videos that you're going to be directed back to after we talk. But Louis, you and I had a little interview yesterday because I had seen your viral video about how upset you were that you couldn't get into a Hobby Lobby. How many views did that have, you budding dollhouse designer, you?
I think 1.7 thousand views. It's going to be a little bit more because I just reshared the video, so
wow,
be a lot more.
That is great. And the thing is, there's not a lot of young men your age that are into the miniature and dollhouse world, are there?
Not really. And being a person of color as well, I'm probably considering myself like a unicorn. I've never seen any African American male in this field. I think I'm the only one.
Well, we may find out. So, just to introduce the audience to you, you were a student of architecture, correct?
Yes, once upon a time,
and then you kind of left it behind. And then one day, what happened?
Well, I decided to go inside of this weird named store. I'd never been in a store before. And I was like, "What is Hobby Lobby?"
The Hobby Lobby, okay.
I walked in Hobby Lobby. I went to a few aisles, like the paint brushes and the flowers and the furniture.
Yeah.
Then it hit me. I think I was on aisle 3 with craftsware. And I saw this dollhouse. I was like, "What is this? I've never seen this."
So you had never,
wow.
So Louis, you had never been around girls who had doll houses?
No, I have never seen a dollhouse before.
Wow.
At that time.
And you were
Never seen one.
How old were you?
I was about 22.
22, and you're my kids' age. You're almost 30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I saw your video, I was thinking, this young man is my kid's age. He listens to the same kind of music, trying to dress the same way, same vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw your stunning houses that you are creating. Tell us about that.
Well, thank you. Well, my houses, they're pretty much, they're all scratch built. I built a few kits.
So wait, you just use the word scratch. You use the word scratch built, like a grandma would talk about making a cake. I made it from scratch. So you make it. You made it from nothing.
I made it from nothing. I come up with my own ideas. A lot of the things that I come up with, like I just get inspiration from what's around me. I always choose real world. Sometimes I like.
What do you mean when you say real? What do you mean when you say real world?
Like if let's say like if you were looking for a house, you're trying to buy a house, and you like what you see, and you want to take something from that house and put it into your own house.
Right.
I'll do that a lot.
Gotcha. So when I talked to you yesterday, I said, what were your goals? And I thought they were amazing goals. So you share that with our audience real quick, because we don't have a lot of time left.
Yeah. Well, what I want to do is I want to have my own kit line. I don't think we have a lot of variety.
Slow that down. You want to have your own dollhouse kit line. Is that right? Yes. So when we're talking about kit lines, name some of the popular kit lines that some miniaturists work with.
A lot of people work with Greenleaf.
Got it.
There are a few of them, but I'm just familiar with Greenleaf.
Okay.
I've been using them for quite a lot.
Right. I think I have a Greenleaf. Well, I think my 112th. Let me turn the camera here. My 112 that needs so much work is a Greenleaf. The one I got for my granddaughter. That was the inspiration. Well, Louis, you go by Louis A. Bush, right?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Or just
Louis Bush. Are you looking for followers that people watch your journey?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well,
watch their journey too.
Okay, great. Well, I'm thankful that you're posting on Dollhouse Miniature Matchbox Mansions, Mini Box Bungalows, and the Teeny Tiny Show, because we really want to do this. This is good for whatever ails you, don't you think, Louis?
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll get into making smaller pieces like matchbox size. Like I have a matchbox right here in front of me.
Well,
I might be able to use it.
I'd like to see what you come up with. I really would. Well, Louis, it's been a pleasure talking to you. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. Yep. And God bless you. And by the way, what does your family think of this?
You as well. Well, my family loves it. They always said, hey, you have a gift, you got to use it. And I'm using it.
Amen. I love that. Well, our show's just about, it's time for us to close our show. We wish you well. We'll be following you on your journey. Pop in and talk to us from time to time. Okay, Louis?
Likewise.
All right.
Thank you so much, Karen.
All right. God bless.
God bless you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Well, that was a lot of fun for me, and I hope you were able to hear what Louis had to say. Again, go to Dollhouse Miniature Matchbox Mansions, Mini Box Bungalows, and you can see many, many artists from all over the world. There's some of our members that I'm dying to talk to, and as soon as I can figure out this technology with my co-producer son Joseph, I'll be able to maybe do some split screens or some other things like that. I see that we've got some people watching us right now, and a few people have liked it. I want to see what you've written. Please let us know if you want to be in that drawing for that beautiful picture and that bowl. That's pretty much what I have for this week. I will be back on Facebook with that live drawing here as soon as I know how many people to put in the drawing today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we have a couple mottos here at the Teeny Tiny Show. One of them is, if your mind doesn't work and your heart is broken, trust your hands to make something. And so that's kind of what I've been doing through the last few years of my life, is trusting my hands. I'm not an artist. I consider my work primitive, naive, whimsical, but plausible, fun, much like the work that I did on on stage as a theater director for many, many years. So I've just taken it, and I've taken my little theater life and I've made it so there's actually portable now, which is a lot of fun. Something else, when you want to feel whiny, go tiny. It helps. Something else. This is from Carrie Fisher. She said, take your broken heart and turn it into art. And by the way, to all my Maniac friends all over the world who are following my journey as well, I want to say that you have helped me by my not being alone through this time of my life. I've written about what my experience with miniatures is and what it means to me on that Facebook page that I keep trying to direct you to, Dollhouse Miniature Matchbox Mansions, Mini Box Bungalows. So the story is there. And there's one other thing. There's a great video on YouTube that if you're new to this and you want to understand maybe a little more of the psychology for some people, or even your own psychology, Ruth Westheimer, Dr. Ruth, yes, that famous grandma, has the most amazing YouTube video. She was interviewed by Jane Pauley for the Today Show about 4 years ago. It's very profound, fun, profound, meaningful, moving. And who knew that miniatures could be so maximum important? So anyways, signing off from sunny Central Florida. We'll see you on Facebook for the drawing, and then back again in our new digs and our tiny home next Monday. So long, everybody. Bye. Oh, ending the stream. Oh, I want to put the music back on so I can like go out and sounding like I know what whoops, that didn't work. Hang on. I want to get this music thing down. That's why I need somebody here with me to do this. Oh, okay. The music's coming. Promise.